Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Miss Fierce from the Fierce Trade House, and today we are doing our weekly analysis pretty early in the day. It's Sunday, 2 p.m. Kenyan time. It's also a public holiday, which means that tomorrow we are also on holiday. So yay! But the markets aren't, and so I just want to do a quick analysis of where I think the market is going to go this week. And as always, let me start with gold this week. And I just want to go to the weekly time frame. And guys, if this is your very first time on my channel, feel free to just click on the like button and also just just click on the notifications bell as well, just so that whenever I post up any new content that is relevant, you easily get updated. So thank you for that. And yes, so here is gold. Now gold has been playing out exactly as I have been anticipating. I've just been talking about levels below here in terms of the direction. Like gold has been bearish for the last couple of weeks. And this coming week, we kind of try to push up, but right now I'm just thinking gold is still bearish. Reason being, if we look at this, this structure wise, and I just uploaded a video on understanding market structure. So hopefully that video can help new traders who still are trying to get their minds around structure. So right now we can see the structure of gold in terms of the direction is just really bearish, okay? And we've been bearish for a while. Intermediary structure has been bullish, but what has been happening is you've just been taking out previous highs and then pushing lower, taking previous highs, and you're still pushing lower. So I do anticipate gold actually getting to the 1725 level and eventually the 1680. Of course, this is long term. We are on the weekly, so this is pretty long term. But I just like to, have my levels marked out and ignore these arrows, guys, on my chart. I just want you guys to see. So if we look at this closer, we have this bearish candle of the 27th of September. And my anticipation is we will try and actually get to this zone 1720, okay? 1720, 21 level. That's really what I'm looking for, okay? We did attempt to reach the 1760.026 zone. Not quite. We kind of just missed it and then we started pushing up. But I still feel like, there's a lot of bearish momentum downside. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did reach 1760 and actually just drop to the 1721 zone. That would be my near-term target. That's about 627 pips. Now, obviously, if you go and just look at the daily, okay, so we can see things a bit clearer, okay. We have a lot of liquidity lying downside, and that's why for me, I'm like, right now we were the 1760, we pushed up, but then you can see there's a bit of a struggle between buyers and sellers, and I feel like we are still bearish, okay. We are now in a kind of a mini consolidation here for a couple of days now. Actually, most of last week we're consolidating, but I still feel like there's room for gold to push lower. So for me, the near-term target, like I said, is still the 1721 zone. We could even get to the even nearer 1759, 1750 level, because there's a lot of liquidity downside. So whatever happens at the beginning of this week, whether we push up or not, I'm still bearish, guys, okay? I'm still bearish. I'll be looking for nice zones to, supply zones to take out, to get into the market upside here. but definitely pushing towards the demand zones below and the liquidity that is still lying at downside. So I am bearish on gold still. Okay, so let's look at another pair. Let's look at euro. Let's look at a euro pair. So let's look at euro USD. Euro has really been bearish, for the longest time. And you can see this is my chart from last week. What we saw is euro actually retested a previous demand zone, a key demand zone from June 2020. Okay, and we finally retested. I mean, this has been this is like more than a year. Okay, we haven't tested this zone in more than a year, and now we are back here, and it looks like we are pushing up. Looks like we are pushing up. We're trying to push up. Okay, we do have there's a supply up here, but we are beginning to maybe try and break structure to the upside. So the only time I'm going to be interested in buys for euro USD is if we actually break past the 1.13750. Okay, so for now, even if I was to look at the 4-hourly, okay, that would still for me be the position. Okay, if we are able to take out this high, push up completely and retest it, and that's the only time I'll be bullish. But right now, we are in this interesting range. Okay, and it looks like we are trying to shift up higher. Okay, so there's this zone up here. Okay, the 1.13827. We also have this zone here. We may break through. So this 1.13179, those are levels to watch. 1.13179, 1.13818. So these two levels are key levels actually to be looking out for. So what we saw is euro USD pushed lower, took out liquidity here, and then pushed up, kind of maybe broke some lower structural levels here. Okay, so kind of giving an indication that we're still pushing up, and then retested this demand zone down here. So for me, I really want to see what happens when the market opens. Will we push past those levels? That's about 33-40 pips to the upside. So we will definitely be trying to retest that zone, 40 pips up, and probably try and take out this high. But still, we are still in sell territory when it comes to euro USD. My take though is that we will definitely try to take out that high. These highs here that I've already mentioned, push up, and I'll be looking, and if we do, I'll be looking for a retest and a continuation now to start climbing up. So, but that being said, at this point in time, if I just, I just want to see what the retracement is like. Yeah, we're still looking kind of bearish on euro USD, but if we do break structure upside, okay, especially at the 1.13849, that level there, then I'll be looking to come into buys. But for now, still, looking bearish. So this could just be a retest and a continuation lower. So if you look at it on the weekly, I had marked out my chart, and there was some zones below here that were interesting for potential retest. Okay, so this here is just looking like a minor attempt to break through, but we are definitely bearish. Okay, so that's euro USD. When I look at, let me look at EURCAD. I like to trade EURCAD alongside gold. I find that sometimes they do look almost similar. So anyway, EURCAD has been trending down. Actually, all euro pairs. If you look at all euro pairs, guys, things have been trending lower. Okay, so that I guess the euro block has been going through a lot. There's been a lot of COVID news as well. But honestly, in my perspective as a technical trader, I don't really rely that much on news. okay, unless just to explain sudden impulsive moves, like what we see here that happened in February 2020. That could explain, maybe there's a news item here. And also, let's say the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing, this bearish pressure. And now we kind of closed, bearish, but there was a really major rejection to the upside last week. Okay, really bullish rejection downside towards the upside. So it looks like the buyers are trying to take control. We rejected on this demand level here. We are actually at a demand zone. Okay, so but technically we are bearish. So my assumption would be we are trying maybe to retest the 1.46148 zone, and maybe even try and take out liquidity upside here at the 1.50975. But I really, I wouldn't be so surprised if we actually just retested. After doing all that, we probably retest this demand zone downside here, okay, at just below the 1.4 thousand level. Really, that's what I'm really long term anticipating. But what we are seeing here, we left a bit of an imbalance, and there's a bit of inefficiency upside. So possibly EURCAD is going to try and just balance things out, take out liquidity topside, and then continue downside. But structurally, you can see, guys, we are definitely bearish still on EURCAD. So let me look at EURJPY. Let me look at the yen alternative. Yeah, and that's the thing, guys. You can see the same thing. We have come below, okay, we have rallied down, broken structure, tried to retest that structure, and definitely, in my opinion, right now we may be trying to retest. Let me see, about 400 pips, 300 pips there, and 98 pips there. I feel like this zone here, we have an untested demand zone here. And just the way we are looking, the way we are looking here, very strong impulse to the downside. This is and for me, when I see such movement, I kind of feel like the institutions are trying to take the price of EURJPY lower so that they can begin to place their positions to be possibly begin to push the price higher in the new year. So right now I am bearish as well on EURJPY. So technically, I feel like most euro pairs have actually been trending lower, okay, have actually been trending low. And you can see it even with Euro AUD, as much as we tried to we retested this demand level here, okay, and we retested it again. You can see, yes, we did push up, but then we closed the week on a bearish note, okay? So this was actually anticipated. You see, this is an arrow I posted last week on my weekly analysis. I anticipated that Euro AUD would actually drop and then push up. So I'm still of the same thinking. I'm thinking that Euro AUD will actually come down to the 1.56524 zone and possibly reject off of this zone. So we are not too far off from there. Okay, we're about 115 pips away. And there's a potential, when we broke structure here in August, okay, we could have been trying to, signify the beginning of an uptrend, but then, that didn't happen immediately, and we, pushed lower. And we are still, really, guys, we're still scaling lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. So looking bearish, but there's a potential of a rejection happening here, maybe a minor rejection if I remove this. I'm thinking, the way things are looking now is like, we may bounce off this, but I still feel there's potential for this currency to just drop, okay? We haven't actually broken this zone, though, since 2018. So again, we're at a very strong demand level, okay? And maybe that's why there's so much rejection upside. So this looks like a really strong demand zone where a lot of, maybe institutional money comes in at this zone. And maybe this is just to fake guys out, prematurely. which happened the previous weeks to make people think that yes, we are buying, but we are still not quite ready to buy. You can see we retested this supply zone here, and we are coming back to the same demand level. Okay, so maybe 100 pips. After 100 pips, I'd probably want to look at the charts again to just give an idea, get a more clear idea of the direction. But right now, I'm anticipating we'll probably drop lower, open the market lower, and then once that happens, I probably want to see what happens. Remember, guys, this is also December. There's really not much happening. I always find December for me is such a difficult month to trade because I don't know. I just find it a very dicey time to trade in the currency market. And just going by how my last 2 trading weeks have been, they haven't been as exciting. I got a couple of stop losses being hit last week and the previous week, and I just think it's because we're in December. A lot of players are probably not in the market. People are closing out their week, so the market is very unpredictable, and we are seeing a lot of institutional money just coming into the market drastically and shifting things and without any warning. So again, I feel we'll drop a bit lower and then maybe bounce off this zone again and push up, but there's still a lot of supply pressure, selling pressure, and we may just break structure. Who knows? We may just break structure, but at the moment, we'll see what happens when the market opens. So let me also now look at the alternative AUDUSD and see what's been happening, and probably kind of try and anticipate where AUD, and you can see AUDUSD is actually doing the opposite of what Euro AUD, in terms of I'm assuming any AUD pair is behaving similarly. So what we see is we broke structure here, we dropped, and then we retested the same zone. Now this could be an indication that two options here. We could have just been taking out liquidity here and now beginning to shift upwards. If we look at it in terms of institutional or structure or overall structure, we've been let's say we've been scaling. I mean, this is a low, drawing this with the tools, and this is what it's looking like. Yeah, so we kind of shifted up, and then we shifted down, and then we shifted up, and then we shifted up, and then we're kind of like, so there's potential to keep pushing lower. That's one option. Or we could just shift up, okay, and that just continue to the upside. Why? Because we are kind of in a bullish structure. This may not be a very clear structural move. So even I'd possibly just say we pushed up and we are retracing, okay, before we continue to the upside. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for AUDUSD, that there's potential move to actually push up, but we are definitely in bearish. We were in bearish territory. We took out those that bearish. We took out the early premature sellers and began to shift upwards. Okay, but there's a potential to actually just reject this and begin to drop. Why? Because of the, when I see, like I said, when I see strong moves like this to the downside, I feel like institutional money is coming into play, and we are trying to fake out early buyers, and we faked out early sellers, and now we'll just continue to go down. So it's there's potential to retest the, let's see, the 0.65688 zone. Okay, so we could literally break below the 0.7000 level. But again, we'll see what happens at the beginning of the market open. Okay, although this week, we may just continue to push up before we continue going down. But we'll see what happens when the market opens. But I'm definitely initially bullish on AUDUSD, but then we'll see. And then eventually long term, we may continue to push lower. Now, when it comes to GBPUSD, Again, USD pairs have been trending lower. You know, so we've seen that. We've seen we are kind of like in a distribution kind of phase. So I'm really thinking that GBP pairs will probably tank some more. Okay. A key maybe level would be around 1.26581. Okay. That's really what I'm thinking may happen. Okay. So, I'd love to see, just continuation to the downside. There's potential to retest this zone and then move down. So we could see maybe on market open, maybe we'll see something like this to the upside. And then, so this would be a longer, sorry guys, this would be a longer term, kind of move. So this is where we're at, push up, but push down. Because I feel again that, if I look at it, we've broken structure here, we broke structure here again. So we will try and retest this structure, okay? But then we are very bearish, guys. We are very, very bearish. So I wouldn't be surprised if we actually attempted to come and just mitigate these levels downside. So that's GU, GBP, JPY. GBP, JPY, guys. Again, looking pretty much like GU, okay? I don't see reason for this pair to, maybe if I look at the daily, let's see. On the daily, what we're seeing is we kind of took out did we take out liquidity? Not really. We just retested previous zone here. There's potential to push up, just like GU, okay, and then continue down. So this would be my move, but I'm still bearish unless something happens and we break structure upside and retest and continue. GU is still looking a bit bearish for me. Okay, I kind of feel like this move up here could confuse us and make us think we're ready to buy. Yes, we've been buying, but I mean, I'd still watch it. I'd still watch it. I don't know if we are in buy territory as yet. Okay, because literally, if we look at it from May of this year, we've kind of been in this sideways market that has been trending lower. Okay, this sideways market has been trending lower, and then here we kind of broke that downtrend, but then we again resumed it. So with this strong impulsive move to the downside, I really don't know if GJ has strength to kind of continue to push up. I just think that we may retest structure and then continue to the downside. So that's my take on GJ. Let me look at US 30, one of the indices. US 30 has been bullish, okay? US 30 has been bullish. I've been bullish on US 30. And I still think we are going to continue to be bullish, which I guess explains why gold has actually been shorting and just pushing lower. So when I look at it again, we will try. We definitely are trying to retest the all-time high of 36,570. So I mean, for me, I'd be like, okay, so US 30 will push up, and then I'm seeing a scenario will probably take out liquidity, push lower, test a previous demand zone, and then push up. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm bullish on US 30, guys. I'm bullish on US 30. So don't know why my arrow is looking weird like that, but hey, you guys get the point. We closed very bullish. Okay, so there's potential to just retest this previous demand zone right below here. Okay, we've taken out this previous high. I feel like there's a lot of liquidity upside, so that's what US 30 is gunning for. Yes, we've left some inefficiencies below here, imbalances, but I think we would first probably take out that high before we see any retracement. So I'm bullish on US 30 for now, okay, and generally I've been bullish for a couple of weeks. So yeah, so that's it, guys. What else can I look at? Maybe what other pair can I let me look at? Let's say an NZD pair, NZD JPY, for example. NZD JPY, what we are seeing is we did, those are strong impulsive move here. We did take out these lows here, and then we pushed up and then retested this previous demand zone. And guys, I'm just like, let me look at the weekly. Yeah, we may start seeing, there's a bit of imbalance upside, top side. So I won't be surprised if we see, some structural shift now to the top side. If I look at it, as long as we are not below here, we are kind of bullish on NZD-JPY. I'm seeing, we formed this low, then we formed this high, then we formed this low. So my take would be we are pushing up and then we want to continue to the upside. I mean, that's really what I'm thinking. Yes, we have retested a zone here. We may see a bit of, maybe consolidation or maybe slight attempts to, keep pushing lower, but I'm bullish on NJ. I'm bullish on NJ. Let me look at CAD JPY. CAD JPY is also looking similar. We did push up, we rejected that zone, but I feel like we may continue to push up. Again, we look at, we structurally, we are kind of bullish because I could say we, we came from, let's say, this low. Although we are seeing, like momentum to the upside is kind of, shifting. Okay. There was an aggressive push up. We've kind of cleared that imbalance, but I still feel, higher highs, high, there's potential to maybe push up and then continue down. But right now, as we speak, I'm still like, I still feel like there's room to push up on CAD JPY. Let me look at EURNZD and then we can wrap it up. Now, EURNZD is the only pair that has really been a bit more bullish than the other pairs, the other euro pairs, its euro counterparts. We did take out liquidity here and then we made an aggressive push to the upside. And honestly, I still kind of think that we are still going to keep pushing up on EURNZD, and we may try to attack the 1.71579 level. Okay, that's my take. We'll probably take that out before we continue to push. So EURNZD, unlike the other euro pairs, for me, kind of looking a bit more, bullish. But once we take out this liquidity up here, then I believe we'll continue to resume to the downside. But again, guys, we see what happens when the market opens. But generally, we've been on this uptrend. Okay, so we pushed up, retested, pushed up, retested. We could have, this could be as, like, let me say, we broke below this zone. Yeah, we closed below this zone a couple of weeks ago, but literally failed to just crack that zone completely, and we rejected, and it's understandably because we were at an untested demand zone. So we rejected off of that demand zone and we pushed up, and then we are rejecting off a possibly supply zone, and that's why you can see like the market kind of closed bearish. But I still want to see EURNZD just push up, like, and take out that. But it's possible that before that happens, okay, we may be bullish, yes, but before that happens, we may see a retest and then the continuation, and possibly now we can talk about maybe price pushing down. I mean, that's it. Or we could just push up and then push down. Okay, so that's my take. So yeah, that's it. So guys, I really hope this analysis or outlook has been helpful and should add value to your trading. If you're trading this December, guys, please be careful. There's going to be you're going to see a lot of manipulation in the market because institutional players are going to be closing out their books. So they're going to be, just trying to shed off, their positions and now plan for new positions for the new year. So yeah, be careful. Don't get hit like I have been in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, which happens to everybody. Like I keep on saying, this is trading. We love it, but it does come with surprises. So guys, if you like this analysis, please once again like, subscribe, smash that notification bell. Please share the video as well with your friends, other traders who you think may find value as well. And as always, thank you and see you soon.